we upskill software engineers. The highest package would have been around. So I started seeing what is really wrong. This person can make it, even I can try. This is the problem solving skills. Today I can code in Python, C, C++, Java. Not a new concept, but an interesting concept. Super 30. I've got an offer from X. I've got a higher offer from Y. So if let's say you want to get into one of the top tech companies of Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Flipkart, has got more than 47% hike. 2+ years of experience. Would easily be paid more than 91st day. I want a job at Google.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and a brand new episode of Masala Chai. Technically, this is season 2 of Masala Chai. My name is Abhinav, and if you are new on the channel, last year we did this series 7 to 8 episodes where we would bring guests onto this podcast, talk to them about education, career, and a bunch of other things. The only issue I noticed last year was the episodes were too long. This time, the focus is to keep these videos loaded with information, but at the same time, make sure that the videos are crisp and concise. In case you have more questions for the guests who we are talking to, please leave them in the comments. That gives us an opportunity to invite these people back onto the channel, potentially have an extra episode in the series, which is just great for content anyway. Before we begin with today's episode, I'd like to make a very small request. You should see a subscribe button somewhere around here. If that subscribe button looks fresh, it's red, please make sure that you click it. If it is already grayed out, please do not touch it. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you also press the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever we upload a new video. So a few days ago, I posted a poll on our community page asking, should we bring Masala Chai podcasts back on the channel? And 97% of the respondents said yes. The number of responses was not great, but still percentage matters. So I said, okay, let's do it. I went on to LinkedIn, started finding people who have some interesting background, who I wanted to talk to, who I wanted to learn from, and found someone that we are going to talk to today. This person has spent quite a bit of time in software engineering roles at various big companies and is right now building something new which will help other software engineering professionals to become better at what they are doing and maybe prepare better for interviews as well. So let's welcome onto the channel for the very first episode of Masala Chai, this time Pratik Kapsi, who is the founder of Hey Coach. Hey Pratik, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Masala Chai podcast. This is the very first episode that we are doing, and there could not have been a better way to start this. This is not paid sponsorship or anything like that. It happened over LinkedIn where I saw Pratik's update. I see a lot of updates nowadays. I'm happy to announce this, I'm happy to announce that, which is usually about people joining new companies. But this time, this post caught my attention because Pratik posted something that he's working on as of now. So we will learn more about it from Pratik.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. It is great to be a part of this. Excited to talk to all of you over here. Firstly, this transition that you're talking about has been a very difficult transition because working at a company like Google where you have kind of everything, it's very hard to just even make a switch into any other company. And starting up, it's a different deal altogether. So yeah, it's been a very difficult transition, but yeah, it's going well. I'm Pratik Kapasi. I'm the founder of Hey Coach. I've been working with Google for the past 2.5 years until last month. I quit my job at Google and I started up full time at working at Hey Coach. We upskill software engineers, get them into good product companies. So edtech problem that we are trying to solve here.
What were you doing at Google, and were you at Google throughout your career or you were somewhere else as well?
I graduated from Vellore Institute, VIT University. Computer science graduate. I from campus placement. I got into from Chennai. I came to Bangalore and started my career. A media tech company, Amagi Media Labs. Recently, the company also turned into a unicorn startup. They had a very innovative product where you take a TV stream, OTT media stream. It could be any TV channel, national TV channel, and you can literally splice it and show different content in different regions. So Mumbai will see, let's say, Kalyan Jewelers, Bangalore will see, let's say, Maggie, and the rest of the India will, let's say, see some kind of other national advertisement. Right? worked there for around 1.5 years, and then moved on to joining Razorpay, a fintech platform, a unicorn startups in India. Amazing team, amazing vision, amazing products. 2.5 years, and then I joined Google in the search team, Bangalore.
Leaving a company like Google where you have everything available, it's always a difficult thing. I went to a different company, but you just left everything and you are starting up something new. What made you do that? Like what are you building really?
The bigger point here is that I was driven by entrepreneurship and problem solving since the past many years. Amagi Media Labs or Razorpay or even at Google, I had this very strong inclination towards entrepreneurship. And people used to, my manager at Google used to call me, "You are the startup guy." So that inclination was always there. At Google also, I used to, I wanted to stay in touch with the ecosystem. So I joined Google for Startups team, and I started working with a bunch of growing 0 to 1 startups. Right? I worked with close to 10 startups and experienced their journey. A lot of people say that once you join into any of these big tech companies, you lose touch of the industry. It's not really true. It's on you. Take out 20% of your time and work on something different, something of your own interest. Started off Hey Coach as a part-time initiative while working at Google, and it was more like not really a company, but just an initiative where I started coaching engineers. I was in touch with a lot of people in my network who were from tier 3 colleges, and they did not have the kind of opportunities that I got, the kind of exposure that I got. And naturally, because of this, it started affecting them in their placements. The average
Mhm.
CTC in their colleges was around less than 5 lakhs. The highest package would have been around 6.5, 7 lakhs. So I started seeing what is really wrong. Like, the gap that I saw was skills. People did not have exposure, people did not have skills, and people did not have confidence. So they've never seen anyone in their own circles get into companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon. I never applied to Google until
Mhm.
I was working with Razorpay. I never even thought about interviewing with Google. The mind has been fired, right? I never saw such a big success story in my own circle that I was able to think
Yeah.
of even reaching it. It's the network effect, right? You see, if you see one of your peers get into a top tech company, you'll be like, okay, if this person can make it, even I can try.
Can you talk a little bit about what was your life as a software engineer? What were you doing on a day-to-day basis? Or technologies that you were working on, and like
When you talk about Razorpay, right? Razorpay has been, it's one of the pioneer startups that we come across. Whether you talk about tech, whether you talk about products, the team, the culture, everything was aligned with the best startups that you see out there. My journey with Google was everything aligned with the best MNCs, the best kind of tech giants that you see out there. Razorpay was, it's very inspirational. The environment itself is very inspirational. People are doing great things, and it was fast paced. You need something to be done overnight in 2 days. In companies like Google, there's a lot of engineering effort that goes into just thinking about how to build things. Like, even if you want to make a small change, it's justify a lot of things. You need to explain a lot of things, because for all the right reasons, it's going to be used by a billion people out there.
yep.
Open source industry out there. It's very different than what is being used at Google. Google has its own in-house alternatives for all of those. As simple as Git, also you'll have to Google's own version of GitHub or version control system, and start from there.
Were you writing code in a particular language that you found to be the superpower, if you will?
A lot of people ask about which language do you code in, and in my personal opinion, and in fact even in my career journey, language has never been important. It's the problem solving skills and your grip on playing around with the language. Like, you need not be an expert with the language, but if you know basic set of things and you know how to Google search, most of your problems are solved. Amagi Media Labs, I used to code in JavaScript, I used to code in Ruby. Razorpay, I used to code in PHP and then on Golang. I moved to Google, I used to code in C++, I used to code in Java. Today I can code in Python, C, C++, Java, Ruby. Not to boast, but it becomes important when you want to go into the internals of the language. If you're a senior engineer and you're reviewing Java code day in, day out, you need to know what the internals are. You need to know how garbage collection works in Java. You need to know how memory allocation works in Java, how stack and heaps are initialized, and how do those function calls internally work.
How does Hey Coach come into the picture? What is Hey Coach doing? What are you building and why?
The way we learn things in the colleges, it has not been changed since years. The course curriculum also has not changed since more than a decade. In my second year of college, right, second year of engineering, I used to hear something called React
Mhm.
JS, right? I was not sure what it is, and I started exploring, and in less than a month, I was able to build up a small project on React, and I understood the framework in and out. I think it's been 6 years now. I still don't think React.js would have been added to the college curriculum. Simple things like these, and today you will not find a single company which has a good front end framework implemented and it is not React.js. The relevance that the curriculum has in colleges versus what the industry demanded, there's a huge gap. We're trying to address that gap. So if let's say you want to get into one of the top tech companies out there, may it be Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, Make My Trip, Book My Show, any of these, right? You need to be strong at problem solving, understand how to build systems at scale. This is what we help you do. We give you skills, we train you on skills that the industry is looking for. We prepare you for interviews with the top tech companies.
I may have a certain level of expertise already.
So we have come up with a very interesting concept, not a new concept, but an interesting concept, Super 30.
Hrithik Roshan.
So inspired from the movie actual sessions that Anand sir used to take, we thought why not just start off with 30 people and make sure that these people are successful. Train them on everything that is required to get them into the top tech companies. Instead of running a batch of 600 or 1000, let's just focus on 30 and make sure they are successful. The way we keep it personalized is, firstly, it's 30 and I'm working full time at Hey Coach. That's my only job. Because it is 30, we are able to personalize it a lot. The typical school model where there's a class teacher and the faculty, the person knows about everything about everyone in the class. Let's say there are 60 students. The person is able to pinpoint each person and give personalized feedback to their parents in a PTA meeting. That they know about their strengths, weaknesses. We want to work at that level. Of course, it's not going to be a 9-hour engagement on a daily basis.
I'm pretty sure you are not it's not a 1 to 30 ratio, right? There are probably more people who are helping you out. Who are these people and how did you get them together?
I have a co-founder who is taking care of building the entire education pipeline, assignments, quizzes, mock interviews, all of those things in place. One of my friends who is taking care of operations. So a lot of personalization needs to happen, and it all falls under program management. One person taking care of tech, everything that you see on the website, everything that you see through an internal portal that we have built. Apart from the core team, we also work very closely with a lot of competitive programmers and instructors from the top tech companies. These are instructors who have already walked through this journey and have, in a way, made it big. They step in, they take out a few hours of their time and they coach people, right? They train people end to end.
Working in the industry, so they are probably bringing what's relevant as of this point. What's the process like for becoming a part of that cohort of 30 people?
There are two things that are required. First, you need to be either from a computer science background, or you need to be at a software engineering role in any of the companies. You need to be hands-on, or you need to have decent experience in computer science. Given a string, you should know how to reverse it. You should know the programming fundamentals. You should know the programming syntax. We are taking registrations for system design as well as data structures and algorithms. It's going to be a 3-month cohort where we teach both of these things. And this technically prepares engineers for companies like Flipkart, where the first round itself is game development. They call it the machine coding round. How do you build a game like chess in 1 hour? How do you build a game like tic-tac-toe in 1 hour with a running output? Not just running output, you need to maintain that code quality, code structure, that you are able to clear the bar. So high-level system design. How do you, let's say, build Book My Show from scratch? How do you scale it up?
What's the fee to be a part of this Super 30?
So fees are split into two parts over here. First is what we call as the tuition fees, and second is what we call as the growth fees. Tuition fees is basically for more than 3.5 months, they'll be having live sessions 5 days a week, 2-hour live sessions, and 6th day they'll have mock interviews, coding tests, coding assignments. Industry connects with, let's say, engineering managers and recruiters from the top tech companies, technically charging 15,000. 15,000 is what is required to confirm your registration. Then the second part of the fees comes in, which is growth fees. Growth fees is technically the fees for the growth that you get out of the program. We promise our learners a minimum CTC based on a lot of factors. If they are not able to get an offer based on this minimum CTC, more than this minimum CTC, we do not take the growth fees. Even if we have charged it, refund it back. If learners want to pay the amount upfront, it's going to be 81,000, in which case it becomes 15 plus 81, 96,000 becomes the course fees. If they choose to pay later, 15,000 of tuition fees plus 14% of their monthly salary for a period of 2 years.
Capped at 4 lakhs. And just reading off of some of the stats that you have posted.
Yes.
So the highest CTC that Hey Coach has scored so far is 30 lakhs per annum, average CTC of 14 lakhs per annum, and you have tie-ups with 20 plus companies.
It takes a good amount of time for skills to develop and for the companies to actually see this, witness this. People often come to me and they'll be like, okay, it's a 3-month course, Pratik, 90 days, I'll give you best of my 90 days. 91st day, I want a job at Google. What they fail to understand is that it's a journey. It's not you shouldn't be chasing a destination right like this. That 91st day I want the result. It's not magic. You will yourself start seeing results that, okay, I've got an offer from X, I've got a higher offer from Y, I've got a even better offer from Z. People have gone from 5 lakhs to 30 lakhs up and up.
What is your goal with Super 30? What would be an ideal package for these 30 people? How long before they get that growth package? And then what would that growth package look like? What is a good package right now, person with some software engineering experience going into a product-based company?
The way I see this program, Super 30, right, or in fact, any enrollments, any learners who enroll with Hey Coach, we do not want to restrict it to just 3 months. We want to make it a multi-quarter growth program, multi-year growth program. Interview support, a lot of mock interviews, a lot of evaluations, identifying where is it that you're still struggling with, what are the gaps, why is it that you're not able to get interview calls, or why is it that you're not able to clear those interviews. Let's set up some additional sessions to actually address those things. What is an ideal package for a company in a good product-based company? It's very diverse. A software engineer with an experience of 2 years is being paid 3.5 lakhs also, and he's also paid more than 25 lakhs as base salary. I'm not even going to the CTC part of. If you look at good product-based companies, 2+ years of experience would easily be paid more than 15 to 18 lakhs as base salary.
This all sounds amazing. And for people who are watching, if you want to find more information, if you want to read up more, you can just visit heycoach.in. Pratik will also accept your LinkedIn request. So you can also reach out to Pratik. You can also reach out to Pratik on LinkedIn as well and have a conversation. That's how this happened. I'm hoping that all the information that has been shared so far in this podcast is super useful. One best success story from Hey Coach.
Just 2 days back, I shared a screenshot on my LinkedIn post. One of our learners made it into a self-driving car startup. He's currently in US, has got more than 47% hike. We had a learner she had her visa was about to expire, the student visa that they get. So she enrolled with us, and we realized that there were a lot of gaps. We started off with programming fundamentals. We coached her for close to 4 months, and towards the end of 4 months, not just got one offer, but close to 3 offers from companies who were willing to sponsor her H-1B visa.
Folks who are in the US, if you are graduating soon or if you're looking for a change and a 47% plus hike, reach out to heycoach.in because it's not only India, you can basically get the Hey coaching done pretty much all around the world. One top tip for folks who are searching for a career in tech. I know the top tip, join Hey Coach.
First is focus on improving your skills. Excellence versus achievement and stuff technically boils down to the same set of things, and the results will become a byproduct. Focus on heavy problem solving, you'll definitely be able to get into the top tech companies. It might have taken me 500 questions. For someone else, it may take just 200 questions to solve, because it's not the number of questions but the way you solve those problems. That the way you improve your skills is going to be very important. And second, keep exploring. You need not make a decision right away. You just need to explore what each field is about. Eventually, over the years, you'll become an expert in one of the.
Is Hey Coach actually going to expand into other job categories and job families?
Not as of now. We first want to ensure that whatever we have in hand, upskilling software engineering professionals, we do that part really well.
If you were in Shark Tank, I'm pretty sure sharks would have been super happy that you're focusing on one thing and not going everywhere else. Thank you so much for, first of all, taking out time. I'll request everyone who's watching this to also drop a comment thanking Pratik for spending such valuable time and sharing so many cool insights with all of us. I got to learn a bunch of things. Raja ka beta raja nahi banega, raja wahi banega jo hakdar hoga. If you want to check out, it's heycoach.in. And if you have any questions, as I said in the beginning, please post them in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out heycoach.in.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. This is really great. And for folks out there, please subscribe to the channel. Abhinav is doing an amazing job here, bridging the tech awareness part of it. I think a lot of people generally do not get to interact with the industry people. For instance, when I was in the college, I never had a very good connect with the seniors out there. I never knew anything about the industry. I should have started following YouTube channels by then. But
Pratik is super happy, so I'm going to request him that if this video reaches a certain milestone, we will bring him back for a live session on the channel.
absolutely,
I do not want to discuss the milestone right now because I do not know how the video will do. I'll share with you on WhatsApp. So, thank you so much, Pratik, and thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you liked it.
thank you, thank you.